Just because you're quiet doesn't mean you can't also be powerful. Join award-winning authors, activists, and confirmed introverts Lisa Hurley and Sharon Hurley Hall as they explore introversion, workplace culture, self-care, and much more. Each episode of the Introvert Sisters Live, which is the evolution of their original Anthem Award-winning podcast, blends thoughtful conversation, insightful analysis, and practical strategies through an intersectional lens. Created especially for those quiet souls who are so often overlooked and underestimated, the Introvert Sisters Live provides a serene space where neurodivergence is normalized, nuance is celebrated, depth is welcome, and introversion is honored as a strength. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to the Introvert Sisters Live podcast. Sharon,
hello.
Yes, we're back here again. And today is a very special day. I mean, every episode, of course, is special to us, and we hope every episode is special to you too. But today is National Siblings Day, and this is a question that Sharon and I get asked so many times. Are you really sisters?
Yes.
Yes, we're sisters. Yes, we're sisters.
Yes, we're sisters.
Lisa Hurley, Sharon Hurley Hall. And actually, how it really happened was Sharon Hurley, Lisa Hurley, Sharon Hurley Hall. Right,
And yes, we are really sisters. It is actually amazing the number of times we get that question.
Yeah.
You know? Latrice is in the house. Welcome, Latrice. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Latrice, and hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. And again, Sharon and I are celebrating National Siblings Day. So happy National Siblings Day, sis.
Happy National Siblings Day to you too, Lisa.
Thank you. And today today's topic is Introverts Unite Separately, Navigating Friendships and siblingships as quiet souls. So Introverts Unite Separately. And let's start off, sis, for those who are tuning in on audio only and can't see your wonderful t-shirt. Can you read what your t-shirt says for everyone?
My t-shirt says Introverts Unite. Introverts Unite. We're here, we're uncomfortable, and we want to go home. Welcome, Linda. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Some new people in the house, some friends that have been with us a long time. Linda saying possibly my favorite set of sisters. Thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you.
Let's get into it. Let us get into it.
Let's get into it. So we're talking about friendship because I think there is a myth out there that introverts don't have friends or can't make friends or whatever. And so it's silly, really. But so when you think about friendship and how friendship has shown up in your life and how you do friendship as a verb, like what feels most true to you? How has it been for you being a good friend and an introvert, or experiencing friendship as an introvert?
Well, here's the thing. I think that what my friends experience are the benefits of having a friend who is a good listener and a thoughtful person, those introvert strengths. So I am often the one that someone will say, hey, I've got an issue with this, let me talk it through with you. And often they find that they get some insight after. So that's a bit like my work, really. For me, on the other side of things, I think it has taken a while for some of my friends to recognize that, I am really an introvert. No matter how much I might laugh and kiki when I'm in company with them, I am definitely an introvert. And therefore, there are times when I need that alone time. In fact, there's an example coming up. One of my friends is going off to something. A couple other people in the friend group are going, and I said, "Look, I am out every day this week. I'm going to need a couple of days."
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know?
exactly.
What
Exactly.
about you, sis?
I think of course, you and I did not realize that we were introverts. The language was not
No.
much used when we were growing up, but we were both quiet. We grew up in a quiet household. And so I was just quiet. I would go do whatever I had to do, come home, read books. And I would always I was never part of a big friend group, but I would have one or two close friends. That's always sort of
Same.
right. It's always been
Same.
my pattern. And it's
Mhm.
only later on, after reading books like Quiet by Susan Cain and, you and I doing more of our internal work to figure ourselves out, when I realized, hang on, I'm actually introverted. I do have great friends. Similarly to you, people often don't believe that I am an introvert because, like you, I'm always out there doing stuff.
Yeah.
Again, we are here to push back against some of the myths. Introverts are not hiding away in a corner, rolled up in a ball, right? Doing nothing.
No.
In the world, doing things, having friends, maintaining relationships. It's just, it might look a bit quieter. It might look a bit gentler. It might be less loud and out there and in your face. But that doesn't make how we do friendship or anything in our lives any less valid or important or deep. And again,
Exactly.
it's National Siblings Day, and so, and I am grateful that you and I are both siblings and friends. Not all siblings have that, right?
No, no, no. That is true. That is true. That
Right.
is
Not
true.
all siblings
We are
have that.
very lucky.
We're very, very lucky. That's why, today means so much for us to be doing this show on this day and discussing
This
friendship.
topic.
Right.
Yes.
Discussing friendship through our lens of being siblings and friends. And
Mhm.
like how was that? How was our friendship, I don't know, like showing up for you? How does it feel to you?
Well, it's really interesting because we had such a tight bond as sisters growing up.
Yes.
Um, growing up in the same household, and we did a lot of things together as a family, and we spent a lot of time reading as a family. Everybody in our house liked to read, so quiet time was a must. But I recall, and I think you had the same experience. For each of us, there was a moment when the other was away, and we
Yeah.
realized, hey, this person is actually an integral part of my life. I actually like hanging out with this person, not just because we happen to be related by blood. And so subsequently, I think in our 20s and so on, when we would find ourselves in the same country at
Yeah.
whatever point we would hang out. And, I think that deepened the friendship part. The sisterhood was there, you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
and, just finding things that we both enjoyed and memories that we can, we make us smile now. I mean,
Yes.
cashews at Mont Calm is all I have to say.
After that small camp, absolutely. And my hotel is still in operation. It's one of my favorite hotels of all time. A small boutique hotel in the heart of London.
Yeah.
Very, very shishi poo poo, but the staff were so nice. They treated us so well. And we have so many memories of just being there, just the two of us hanging out, eating our cashews and watching TV and talking. And but again, one on one, not in a huge group,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And,
know, and
we can spend endless time talking about anything, right?
yes, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. And it can go from absolutely silly and sort of like, lightweight or whatever to deep existential stuff and everywhere along that spectrum. And that's something else that is a key part of, and I guess maybe I don't know if you can say train each other, but I think by exploring our friendship, we
Hmm.
realize, oh, this is the kind of thing that I need in friends, that are not related to me by blood. So I need people who are okay hanging out one-on-one or in small groups. I need people who are happy to have deep conversations, that kind of thing. So introversion, I think, is not a barrier to having deep friendships. It's just a
Yeah.
matter of finding people who, and it doesn't necessarily have to be other introverted people, but just finding people that you vibe with and who really get you. Speaking of which, because you also have a couple of close friends. Are your close friends introverts or extroverts? I'm curious.
Oh, some of them, I believe, are introverts who don't even realize they're introverts.
Tell me more.
Mm.
Interesting.
And,
Interesting.
and then there are some that are definitely extroverts,
Mm-hmm.
right? In that they have never described themselves as introverts, but when I think about their behavior, the fact that they like their alone time, the fact that they need recharge time, the fact that they will also say, oh, you know, I've been out and I need some time to rest,
Right.
that means that they are also introverts. Let me interrupt you for a minute, sis. I don't know if anybody's having trouble hearing us over on LinkedIn. It appears to me that the stream might be acting up a little bit, but don't forget that you can also follow us on the Introvert Sisters Facebook and the Introvert Sisters YouTube. So if you're having any trouble on LinkedIn, feel free to hop over there.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thanks for that, sis. And I just put a comment up on the screen from Latrice
Oh,
that says your sister is quite often your first friend. And Latrice, absolutely true. That is so in
yes.
our case. And I know, Latrice, you have sisters, and it's like, yeah, absolutely. Your sister, often your sibling,
100%.
are often your first friend, and I'm glad that it worked out that way for us. In terms of whether my friends are introverts or extroverts, I would say
Yeah.
most of them are extroverts who appreciate quiet time. So maybe one
Okay.
might call them ambiverts, I don't know. But yeah, like when I think of Annie and a few others, it's like they definitely want to spend some time at home, are happy to spend time alone and so on, but they also
Yeah.
love being out in a group. I don't think I could ever say with my full chest that I love being in a group. I
No.
might
No, no,
tolerate
can
it.
I?
I might tolerate it for a moment. I don't know
Yes.
about love though. Right.
Tolerate groups rather than love them. And so it's very interesting to me to see how our friends behave,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. And definitely, you know, the one of the key requirements I think is to have friends that understand that you are introverted and
Yes.
what that means in terms of your ability or willingness to hang out at any given moment,
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For
right?
sure. And so you kind of touched on this a couple minutes ago about
Hmm.
friendship and being in sync with your friends, and how you and your friends sort of navigate you being an introvert.
Yeah.
And another myth I think that is out there is that introverts don't care about friendships. Right? We don't care to have friendships. We don't care about people. We don't care about having friends. We don't care about connection. That is not true either. Right? We care
We
about
care
friendships. We don't
deeply.
want to have friendships with 5,000 people.
Yeah.
We might
But
want to yeah.
we value the friends that we have and we care about them deeply. And our
Yes.
investment in those friends is such that you cannot have that kind of level of friendship with 1,000 people. You just cannot.
You can't. So
You can't.
we go for breadth, for depth versus breadth when it comes to
Yes, absolutely.
right. Definitely
Absolutely.
go for
My
depth.
circle is small. My circle has always been small, and I'm happy with that small circle.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
often say my circle is a dot, right? Or made of tiny, tiny circle. But so like for example, Latrice and Latrice is a part of my circle, right? And
Hmm.
so we are, and she, I think, right? Latrice can correct me if I'm wrong, Latrice, but I think she describes herself as an introvert as well, although like us, she's very much out in the public, right? She's always talking and posting and facilitating and doing a lot of things that appear extroverted, but she is an introvert. And so
Hmm.
how she and I we catch up usually twice a week. Once is by phone call, and then
Mm-hmm.
another time is by text.
Oh,
Annie and I
wow.
do, yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
Literally, right? But
Honestly, with my friends, it's mostly text.
yeah,
The odd phone call, and then we have your times in the week when we get together
you're right.
in person in a very small circle, and
Mhm.
that's fine.
Yeah,
But we don't,
absolutely.
we don't do it too often.
So
Yeah.
what? Latrice said she's an extrovert. Same girl,
And
same.
we, and then we have, I still think, introverts, lots of company, but when it's time to recharge, they prefer doing it alone. Yes,
Oh
I've
yes.
been hearing that term a lot recently this year.
Very good.
Yeah,
I've never actually, this is my first time hearing it, but I'm already a fan.
yeah,
So thank you for
yeah, yeah,
introducing
yeah.
that word. So says, what does intentional connection look like to you? Like we've already established, yes, we want friends, we like friends, we have friends.
Hmm.
Um, what does intentional connection with your friends look like for you?
Intentional connection is making time
Hmm.
for the friends, but checking in with them, and as you were saying just now, it doesn't have to be a 5-hour phone call.
Right.
It can be a text to say how you're doing, you
Hmm.
know, and again, my friends now know after many, many years, they can say, if they will send me a text and say, is this a good time to talk? If they want to
Yeah.
talk,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And just the fact that they approach it that way makes such a difference, sis, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Yes.
yeah, yeah, I think like any relationship, it's about um spending time with the person, caring
Mhm.
about the other person, making time for the other person, understanding what their needs are, and
Mhm.
that you're kind of meeting each other's needs in the relationship without anybody feeling extracted from or put upon.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I have another friend, Rachel, who she and I we do a mix. So maybe about
Hmm.
once a quarter, we have a
Yeah.
we hop on Zoom and have a long multi-hour session. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, it's Saturday afternoon or something like that, and we grab something to drink, maybe even something to
Hmm.
eat, and we sit down and talk
Hmm.
about all the things. And
Hmm.
then in between there, we send each other. We sort of do what I don't know, micro communication, micro
Yeah.
connections, sending each other memes, sending each other
Yeah.
quick. How are you doing? That
Actually,
kind of.
now that you say that, I have one of my friends actually introduced me to, the "I'm thinking of you" emoji, which is basically you send an emoji that says, it can be a heart, it can be
Yes,
flowers or one, and that just says, "I thought of you today." You don't have to even put any words in it. And then if it is to lead to a conversation, it does. But if
yes,
not, they know that you were in their hearts and minds. So, I think there are so many, there's no one type or style of communication in order to maintain friendships as an introvert. The thing
absolutely.
that we have to do is avoid wearing ourselves out to the point where maintaining friendships feel um, like an imposition.
Yes.
Because if it's feeling like an
You want to
imposition,
enjoy your friendships,
you want to enjoy your friendships. So
Yeah.
in a way, it's up to us to manage our energy.
Hmm.
We have, yes, our circle is small, but a small circle could be 4 or 5 people. If 4 or 5 people all want to connect with you in that one week, that can
Yeah.
be a lot. So
Yes.
so and then having that mutual understanding so that your friends also know, hey, this is my introverted friend, this is Sharon, my introverted friend, this is Lisa, my introverted friend. She's not going to be able to maintain that level of intensity that would be extremely normal for me. And
Right.
being okay with that. Being
Yeah.
okay
Yeah.
with that.
Totally.
As an
And when I
introvert, you
think
have to
about
train your friends. You have to train your friends.
you do have to train them, and that if people are really your friends, they will be open to that kind of communication. Like, hey, I can't do
Absolutely.
this.
Yes.
I can't go to 3 different events in one day.
Yeah.
Well, period, and definitely not
Yeah.
multiple weeks in a row. Cannot do it. If you want
Well,
me
yes.
to come to you to brunch and we sit down, let's say either the two of us or maybe four of us that are close, absolutely, I'm there.
If we're going to do a crowd and then, every few days we're doing a crowd of people, absolutely not. Can't do it. But if you
and
talk
please,
about it, yeah, that's fine.
Don't invite extra people that we have not discussed inviting, because that doubles or trebles the cognitive load of showing up
Yeah.
as an introvert.
Well, I often feel like I have to, because I know how to, shall we say, behave like an extrovert, right? And we were brought up, with manners and conversation. I know how to hold a conversation, right?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to hold a conversation with this particular stranger, but I can do it. But then you feel so exhausted afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
can't do it.
It's a whole different thing having a conversation with your trusted friends or having a conversation with somebody that you don't know, because there's a level of masking, let's not to put a point on it, that goes on when you're dealing with someone that doesn't know you, doesn't know your introversion, that has certain expectations of communication. I mean, and maybe we oughtn't to give in to that societal pressure, because that's another issue. But sometimes in an effort to show your manners,
Yes.
by the way, brought up C was just added to the Oxford English Dictionary. It was. This, for our listeners, is a Barbadian word that it is almost equivalent to having home training.
Yeah. Good upbringing.
Right?
Good
upbringing. Yes.
Yes. So when people say, were you brought up or were you dragged up? That's kind of like where it comes from. So if you're brought up, then you're brought up C. Or if you were dragged up, then you don't have any brought up C. I have found it in the dictionary now. Yay.
Yes. Oh, I like this.
Right?
From Victoria.
From Victoria. Can you read it for us, sis?
Yeah, my BFF for the past 31 years and I set a calendar event to hang out on the last Sunday of every month. We still check in with each other beforehand via text, usually text once or twice for quick micro connections throughout a month. Oh, and we live literally 5 minutes away from each other. We're both extreme introverts and we totally get each other. I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yes.
Okay, and then Vanessa says, this is a very helpful discussion. Sometimes I realize I haven't reached out to friends in a while. Then I overthink it and still don't reach out. Something I've been thinking about is setting up recurring monthly hangouts or standing plans so no one has to coordinate every time. I don't know who the Jamaican is in the house, but hail, fellow Caribbean person.
Jamaican they brought up C too.
All right. Speaking for extroverts, here's Evan. There's some of us who are willing to learn and will bend over backwards to become a trusted friend to that degree. Yes, Evan, I know you are one of those people.
Yes, the thing is, I have socialized with Evan, right? And again, it was fun. Like it's fun, we sat down and broken bread together and had great conversation and laughed and all this sort of stuff. But it doesn't feel draining. It feels uplifting. You feel better and stronger and more fulfilled after the conversation. And so I would say, for those of you who want to be like Evan and maintain friendships or start friendships with introverts, I think that there are a few mantras or rules you should bear in mind. One is text, don't call. Absolutely.
Text, don't call.
Text, don't call. And that's not to say never call at all, but maybe text to say, hey, I'm about to call.
Is it okay to call? Is it okay to call? Text before call.
We prefer text.
I'm adding sis. Not only text don't call, but text before you call.
Absolutely, sis. Right? And another, small talk. No small talk at all. We like deep, meaningful conversations with depth. So absolutely, we can do the whole cocktail party thing and do the, hey, how are you doing? What do you do? All of that stuff, right? But we want to get into why are giraffes' eyelashes so long? Right? It's a question I personally have. Right?
Listen, there's no conversation that we don't approach with depth and rigor. Honestly,
Exactly. Even if it is about giraffe lashes.
even if it's about giraffe eyelashes. Let's also say less is more. Less is more. We don't have to have over presence or over communication to indicate that we care. We care. Okay, we care.
Right? And as we have proven, sis, another thing is that distance does not mean disconnection, right? So in the same
No.
way, because you and I, actually for more of our lives than not at this point, we've actually not lived in the same place probably since you were in your early 20s.
20s?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
We are in our right now, right? We're
let's
in our
say let's say let's say we're not in our 20s anymore,
we
or
are
even our 30s.
so far not in our 20s or 30s anymore. But moving on. But we stay in contact. Sharon and I also have a standing call, right? But in
Yes.
there are random texts and memes. I'm a good one. I'm always sending Sharon some kind of something from TikTok or whatever,
TikTok.
something to laugh, right? And so but and then she will send me articles and stuff that she thinks I might be interested in. All of that is communication. And then sometimes, yeah, we do randomly call, but bear in mind, we randomly call because we know we can. But even with each other, yes, there are sometimes random calls, but we usually preface, we will text and say, hey, is now a good time for you?
Yes.
90%
Yes.
of the time we do that. And we are, like I
Yeah.
said, we are blood sisters. So we are not asking of anyone else something that we don't require of ourselves and each other.
Exactly. 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 I think that's really, really important. Before we move on, let me go to the comments and see. Flying Kitten Power, the advent of texting in the early 2000s was amazing. I can talk on the phone, but I really need a heads up and a plan. Same, same,
Yes,
same.
yes,
Huh?
yes.
I still says borderline introvert of Gambian descent. Hail up to the African diaspora.
Yes.
Okay. Neil Smith is sending his daughters emojis for their birthdays.
Oh,
Everyone says be yourself, kind of.
right.
Right, and here we go. Here's Latrice. My best friend since 12 is an extrovert, but she truly understands my energy needs, and I've always appreciated that about her. We cannot talk for months, and when we do, she never questions why. She just asks how I'm doing, and I love her for that. So
Yes.
yes, introverts can maintain deep, good friendships with extroverts,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Absolutely.
It just requires a little mutual understanding and appreciation of each other's needs,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I'm not going to be the one to tell my extroverted friend to sit quietly in a corner with me. You go and be the life of the party, right?
Yes.
Leave me here nursing my drink, right? Come back and tell me what a
Right.
good time you had, and then let's dissect the entire party afterwards.
Right. Because what we will have been doing from that corner is looking at people watching and analyzing everybody and every interaction. And then we want to discuss it with the people that we're close to. So, that's it. And I would also say, really pay attention, right, to how friendships make you feel.
Oh,
How
so
you
important.
feel when you're around certain people. Like I can think of people, I think of friends like, Tammy, friends like Alexis and
Mhm,
others, friends like Anta, right?
mhm,
And we chat from time to time. Every
mhm.
interaction, you just feel so much better. You
Yes,
feel the conversation is high vibrational. The energy is uplifting. And it's
absolutely.
yeah. And so your energy and your spirit and your mind feel enhanced, right?
Yes,
After
yes,
interacting with certain people. Now, on the flip side, you might be with some people that make you feel drained, right? Be
yes, yeah.
very, very observant of that, because draining friendships, they definitely take a toll on your mind, on your spirit, on your energy. They take a toll on your mental health. When you find yourself, like something you said just now, sis, you can be you without having to over explain and
Yes.
basically
Yeah.
justify your existence. If you
Yes.
find yourself as an introvert in a what you believe is a friendship, but you keep having to put on a mask, or you keep having to justify who you are, or justify why you're not, you know,
The
out
life of the party. Yes.
yeah, loudly
If
being the
you have
life.
to compromise, if you have to compromise your own needs
Yes,
for the sake
constantly,
of the friendship, is it
constantly.
really
Yeah,
constantly? Because there's always give and take. But if
there's always,
if you are always giving,
yeah,
then is that really a friendship? I
yes,
mean, I think,
exactly.
yeah, I mean,
I think not.
like you, I have I think not. Like you, I have friends with whom, well, obviously there's Sue, there's Asmara, there's Yinka. There are people when you get into a room with them, your energy lifts.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
then there are people who are no longer in my world, where the opposite is true.
There they shall remain, and we
And
shall move
then
on.
and we shall move on.
We shall move on from them.
You know,
They're in the past. They're
yes.
in the
I
past.
think I think I think feeling, that your friends respect you and your needs, and feeling emotionally safe with them is crucial, absolutely crucial. And I think also it is really important to give yourself permission to let go of the things
Yes, and people.
that no longer and people that no longer align. Okay,
Yeah.
Flying Kitten is asking. My shirt says, Introverts Unite. We're here, we're uncomfortable, and we want to go home. This is a present from Lisa, who also has one of these somewhere, right?
Yes.
And I
We have
like
a photo
your,
of it. I have to find it, sis. Of both of us
yes,
wearing the same T-shirt. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yes, that'd be a good one to post. Naturally introverted, selectively introverted, extroverted, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Although, to be honest, I never describe myself as an extrovert.
Yeah.
Just because, as Lisa said, like we have learned how to socialize, we
Mm-hmm.
can do that. We can have conversations. We have been to networking events. We have done these kinds of things. We have represented companies that we have worked at, and as you see us, we're always out here online. But I do all of that while being introverted, as
Absolutely.
you do, sis. And
Absolutely.
the,
Yes.
the thing that people don't say, which we keep talking about, is the recovery time that happens after,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I remind people, we've said this a couple of times. Even Sharon and I are doing this podcast now and having an
yeah,
absolute blast. And we are
yeah.
still going, and we love being with each other. And we're celebrating National Siblings Day. She's in Barbados and I'm in the US. And after this, we are uniting separately, and we're still going to need some recovery time. And this
Absolutely.
for us is a best case scenario, right? We are
Hmm.
comfortable. We love talking to each other. We love doing our podcast. This is a comfortable, safe space and experience, and we will still need recovery time. So I'm sharing that to let people know. Also, don't take it personally. Don't take our need for recovery time as a personal indictment of you or friendship, because that is not the case at all. Us needing recovery time is a factor of us being introverts, and that is all there is to it, period.
That is
That's
all it means. That
Yeah,
is all it means.
that is
Yes.
all it means. And so as we're coming up to the end of the show, so just a couple more things. Let's talk about one of the core themes of the show. It's like our tagline is quiet minds, loud opinions. So what is um, what is a loud
What is
opinion you have, sis, about friendship?
friendship?
Yeah, and introversion.
My loud opinion on friendships and introversion is that stop stressing out your introverted friends by demanding that they appear more extroverted. You
Yes.
know, the friendship of introverts, as is all friendship, is a gift that
Mm-hmm.
should be appreciated and valued.
In
And
its pure
with
form.
introverts, we are not extending that gift of friendship, that gift of membership of our inner circle to everyone, because we just do not have the energy. So
Yeah.
when you know that you are in that circle and we're happy to talk to you, and you're one of the 3 people that we will pick up the phone for, then be grateful and value it. That's my
Absolutely.
loud opinion this week.
Absolutely. And how I am quieting my mind is by making, in terms of friendships and introversion and navigating those, is making sure, like checking in with myself again to see how I feel when I'm in community with someone, by gaining clarity, doing some introspection, gaining some clarity, and making sure that my friendships are genuine, that they feel happy, that they feel like no pressure, that they feel safe, that they feel fun and uplifting. And just doing check ins repeatedly to make sure that that is the case. Now, that does not mean that everyone, there are also different levels of friendship, I think. And so everyone is not necessarily going to be a part of your tight, close
Mhm.
circle. But you can have friends who are just outside that circle. I still think that the same applies, right? It should feel uh, comfortable. It should feel
That's
comfortable. It
it.
should feel happy. It should feel
Energy giving.
energy giving, right? And
Yeah.
so with that, as it happens, some of you might know that I wrote a book recently.
Did you? Did you really?
I did. I call
and,
it's
and did it
called
win, and did it win multiple awards?
it has won multiple awards, multiple, including a gold anthem award. Yay, yay, yay to me. And so within that book, which is called Space to Exhale, available on Amazon, um, I wrote prayers in every chapter. And one of the prayers is actually about friendship. So if you guys don't mind, I would like to share that prayer with you. And yeah, let's see how it goes. So here we go. So, Most High, grant us all good company as we travel through life. Grant us discernment as we select those with whom we navigate this journey. As we choose wisely, may we likewise be chosen by those with good hearts, good minds, and good intentions, who love us in ways we appreciate and understand. May we also remember to choose ourselves. Please place your protective mantle around us. May our friendships feel safe and be safe. May they be healing and not hurtful. May they be reciprocal and not transactional. May there always be a divine alignment. May there always be mutual respect. May there always be authenticity. May you always be present. Please fill our shared moments with joy and fun and celebrations, with love and light and laughter, with harmless mischief, captionless memes, wordless glances, with long talks, unposted activities, inside jokes, and comfortable silences, active support, staunch loyalty, gracious giving, grateful receiving. May all this and more form the bedrock of our connection. Please grant us spiritual kin, soul deep connections that serve our highest good. Grant us friends who understand that girl is an entire conversation and that love is a verb. Bless us with folk who write as hard for us as we do for them. Surround us with people who, when necessary, defend us loudly in public, but correct us gently in private, who don't require that we dim our light so that theirs might shine, who love us wholly, though parts of us are broken. May we be connected with folks who love us, whether we live humbly or extravagantly, whether we ride on a bike or in a limo. May we have some ground floor friends to travel up to the penthouse with. May our friendships be equally yoked. May there be love, forgiveness, and upliftment. May there be care, comfort, and commiseration. May there be good vibrations, fun vacations, and shared libations. May we receive and give wise counsel. May we transform each other in beautiful ways. May everyone in our personal village speak our love languages, and may we speak theirs. May there be joy. May there be ease. May there be peace. May we have true friends, and may we be a true friend. May our friendships help us rise and also be a soft place to fall. May our chosen family enthusiastically choose us back. May our friendships be close, yet give us room to breathe. May we belong. May we belong. May we belong. Amen.
Ashe.
Ashe, ashe. And
That is
so,
beautiful.
thank you so much, sis. Do you have any closing reflection for us before we log off for today?
Oh, I don't even know how to follow that. I would say friendship does not require you to abandon yourself, and the right people will meet you in your truth and not in your exhaustion. What about you,
Yes,
sis?
yes, yes. I love that, sis. And mine is that you're allowed to love deeply and still need space, and that the right friendships, the right connections will always make room for both. So that's it.
And with that, thank you all for being here. Thanks for sticking with us. I know we went a little over time. Appreciate all the friends, old and new, in the comments. And we look forward to welcoming you back to the Introvert Sisters Live in a couple of weeks.
Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.